Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tigerland. That's right, tonight we are making 6th grade great again. Viva La Battler. I'm fizzing at the bunghole. I am so pumped to be here. My name's Jabor, and joining me in the comms box, it's none other than my best friend in the whole entire world, the Ginger Ninja himself, Eddie Quirk. Quirky, how are you, brother?
Fizzing as well, mate. As I said, I was saying to some of the boys too, there is diamonds in the rough all across the board. QRU, that's all they look for through club rugby. The dream's alive for some of these blokes.
There's no reason why you can't play Friday night 6th grade and then within, say, 2 to 3 months be playing for the QRU, for the Reds. Why not?
Well, what happened to backing up, doubling up? You know, come down here with the boys and then go play the Crusaders at some court. There's nothing to say that you cannot still do that.
Because the thing is, if there's one thing we know about Friday night footballers is they've got staying power. They play Friday nights typically because they then can obviously go the whole way through the weekend. So at least you know they're going to be awake come Saturday night. So.
Oh, 100%. And like when you talk about club men, which is what I think we need through our Super Rugby teams, we have the most unique clubmen down here. There's some rigs out there as well. Some rigs out there.
There are, mate. There are, and they're looking pretty good. I've got to admit, the Doggies are looking pretty short on blokes, whereas the Tigers, they are flush with blokes, mate. They know that the live stream's coming out today, and they're absolutely jammed up for it. Now, before we go down to Big Fat Darts on the sideline, we'll just very quickly go through the team list, and we'll start with the Doggies, shall we, Quirky? Do you want to run through this one for us?
I'd absolutely love to, mate, even though Tigers is my team. Mate, we've got the Roaring Rory here, steering the ship at number 1. We've got Cisco. He'll be throwing pies in, straight and behind. Big Joe, we're pushing everyone in between. Mate, win a date with Jan Hamilton. We obviously don't want to dive into that one. Jimmy Burns will be partnering up in the row with him. Old Two Dads, which is all we wish, will be there on the side. The Meat Man will be cutting people in half. Big son of a Mitch, the human skewer, mate. He's will be steering the ship there at number 8. Pommy Joe, we don't need to dive into that one as well. The Zack Attack, no, not on the digits back there in the studio. Again, mate, he'll be looking for long kicks. We've got Rennie, mate, the Saint, Trigger, Matt with 1T, and Sham. All locking it in down there in the back, Silky and Slick. And hopefully, we've got a few subs. They'll be looking to make an impact with the last probably 2 to 3 minutes, I reckon. Well, that's 7 walking past. We've got Seppo Sam, Just Jason, Jez, Old Smallwood. That's a big one for us. And we potentially may have a sneaky little Big Fat Das making an appearance. He's in his RMs, but he's got screw-ins that can fit in them, he said. So he's ready to rock.
That's right. Now we'll quickly rip through the East Tigers team list because we'll be kicking off in a minute or so. So we'll get that underway. In the front row, we've got Baumgart, also known as Goggles. You've got Rad Grabberman, Joe Talvasa. In the second row, Ryan Ellis and Connor Mulkerin. In the back row, you have the man himself, Chapo, Ollie Boucher, Jimmy O'Donnell. In the halves, you've got Sully, the man celebrating his 60th next weekend. And the shadow child, Oscar Craig, younger brother playing Aussie 20s. He's here Friday night playing 6th grade. How good. Then in the centres, Tooley and Semi Barclay. On the sting, you've got Kimming and Hegarty, and at fullback you got Cambo. They've got plenty of subs. They might get some game time, they may not. In particular, keep an eye out for Stu McMillan, aka Stu Dog McLovin. He said to keep an eye out. He might be doing a few minutes down the back end of the game. Now, before we get live, because I don't know about you, Kirky, I'm so jammed up right now. I'm so excited for this, and I don't know anyone else who's probably more excited than me, except for this man right here, Big Fat Das. Big Fat Das, how's it going down there, mate?
J-Ball, mate. It's a dry track tonight. Coming here, have a look at this. Look at this grass east that they're putting on for us tonight. Boys, did you see the amount of East blokes that they have? That's a lot of jerseys, Doggies.
Yeah.
I think we have about 16. Lucky I brought my boots, because I might need them out of the RMs. In we go. It's going to be a great night of footy. Back to you, J-Ball.
Thank you very much, Big Fat Das. There he is in his new Pack Rugby show polo. He's looking very good. But Quirky, mate, I don't know how much 6th grade football you watch, but what are you expecting from tonight's matchup, mate?
Everything. Mate, you can literally see these Tigers boys now on screen.
They are keen as.
They're in the beer garden. They're hanging tight. I think there's a slab in between them. They're ready to rock. Mate, I'll tell you what, there's guys that this 6th grade is their passion. And this is what they live for.
And look at the difference between the attitude of the two sides. You got the Tigers absolutely ready to go, and the Blackdogs look like they've just rolled in from the pub.
You know East are ready to go. Instead of the 1, 2, 3, they yelled ABC, East on C. So they've obviously do it differently down here on Friday nights, but it's always room to learn.
Well, mate, I know for a fact, just looking at this doggies outfit, there are some superstars in this lineup. There are some blokes who've won plenty of Friday night premierships in there as well. You know, guys like Riding on the Wing. Shams won a couple. Mate, there's some talent out there, and I was watching these Tigers warm up though, mate. Their backline looks pretty bloody slick.
Very slick. They, I don't think there's too many moves that are going to be brought out tonight, but hands. But old Big 60, if they want to celebrate next week by winning here on a Friday night, and probably carry that through into the next week's 60th. That's what we're looking for.
There he is, one of the Pack Rugby show's finest. Harry Higgins come down. He's currently on the injured reserve list for the Blackdogs. Broke his wrist playing against the Gallopers a few weeks ago, so unfortunately he's not lacing up, but I don't think he's too concerned, to be brutally honest.
Well, the way he's sitting, he's ready to rock.
Yeah. Mate, just a few moments away from kicking off here down at Tigerland. We're making 6th grade great again, Quirky, and I don't know about you, mate, but I have never been this more excited in my time. It's great to be back, mate.
To see, you know, the preview of what last year brought and the way the game went down to the wire with Tigers coming with a win, with a kick on full time. Mate, that's what footy's made about. And some of these blokes, this is what, as I said, they live for it.
I'll check their captain, check with you
and I think
on the
this
whistle.
is going to be as good as it gets tonight.
Mate, it's going to be absolutely red hot. And we've got the man out there himself. It is Craigie, the Shadow Child, who will be getting us underway. And here we go. Make 6th grade great again. He might have shanked it straight out on the full, straight off the kickoff. What a start to 6th grade footy. It doesn't get any better than that.
Look, nerds get to the best of us a lot of the time.
Yes. It couldn't have been any better scripted, Quirky.
But we've got to look at that. Potentially could have, that could have been a tactical play. East obviously a bit heavy up front is what we looked at. So I think they actually opted for the scrum instead of the kickoff. So their choice.
We just heard that referee is uncontested. I haven't played Friday night footy for a few years, so it's good to see they're still playing uncontested scrums. But you never know. It might have been tactical.
Yeah, uncontested.
Uncontested scrum midfield play.
Well, some of the boys said, let's just save our energy in the tank and not do that 20-metre shuttle to start. Let's just so we could just attend back and then we'll go from there.
So, so the game plan was always just work off a scrum from midfield because it's just a whole lot easier.
Exactly right. Simplicity is its best, so off we go.
I understand fully, mate. Well, here we go. Big son of a Mitch with a run straight off the back. Hill goes down, and it is bobbling back and forth, and it's the man himself, Heggs, in his 200th game, putting it on the toe, but the doggies do well to get back there. And Talvasa comes over with a big shot. Scrappy ball there for the Blackdogs, but they do well to get back into position.
A little bit of American flair here.
Yeah, that's the Seppo out of Louisiana State University. He's made his way down, and apparently he's just slinging burgers and chatting up chicks at Cloudland. He's loving every second of it. And right here in front of the commentator's box, it's that man again, Heggs on his 200th, gets that first hit up.
That contact was brutal. That shattered through my mouthpiece right there.
Holding on.
Here we go, Tigers. Beautiful.
Yeah, you won
first
it. Holding on.
Penalty. Boys
On the
obviously
ground.
chewing the fat with the ref, trying to get a gauge of what he wants.
On the
Well, that's
line.
one thing I've got to say from playing Friday night footy. Stay out of the ruck because you never know what's going to happen, mate.
Especially, I just want to point out, we've got ankle socks out there today.
And there we go. That's the Seppo out there. That'd be Seppo Sam out there rocking that. But you can just see there on the replay, coming in from the side, clear as day. So that wasn't even a contentious issue, that one. That was as clear as day.
I just want to know, in 6th grade, is there limited rules played?
Limited rules.
Yeah. Sort of just stick to a few simple rules and get the game going.
Yeah. And they change every week as well. Oh, absolutely massive.
Too high.
Just a high shot slipping up there.
Too high.
Geez, the Tigers are looking absolutely red hot out here. Number 6 is absolutely killing it. That's Chapo. He's a fiery little fellow and he's ripping in.
I was going to say, the red hair would be a dead giveaway for some. But old Chapo,
Don't think they've got anybody.
And that's sideways. Off the field, but
Numbers.
he's obviously chucks it up dead centre during the game.
And the Tigers look like they're going for the full 7-man option here. No 6-man option. Middle of the line out. What a grab there. And the Tigers set up a good rolling ball. Ball's bobbling around all over the place. What's happened here?
Yeah, grounded.
Saying that it's grounded. Taken back by the Doggies. So that's going to be a 5-metre scrum.
Drop out.
No,
Drop out.
no. Taken back by the Tigers. Geez, scrappy Starkworky. Surely it's got to get better from here.
It is. There's a little bit of a chill tonight, a little bit of wind factor, so we're going to see if that comes into play. I think the boys are just warming up the digits a little bit.
Got a hold of that one too.
It's one of the best dropouts I've seen.
Oh, don't you love it? That's big Jimmy O'Donnell, the number 8, trucking nut from back deep. The Tigers in good position here. Joe Talvasa hit hard by that Doggies defence.
Stay.
Tigers reload well. Chapo takes that one into contact. Good quick pill here. Craigie, short ball. And Tully takes the settler in midfield, but the Blackdogs look like they're counter-rucking here, and they have good work there from the Blackdogs, clearing kick up over the halfway. But the Tigers now in good field position, running into their own end, and driven back strong by that Doggies defence by Trigger. And that's a smart kick there, unfortunately put down by the Blackdogs. And referee says knock on there. So the Tigers, mate, defensive work from the Blackdogs looking good worky, but the Tigers really rebounding well, aren't they?
Super impressed by that skill, the level, the passing level, huge.
Well, let's kick it down to Big Fat Das on the sideline. He's standing about 7, 8 feet away from us. How's it going down there on the sideline, Big Fat Das?
Mate, not too bad. I'm just looking at this East Tigers bench. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a stacked bench, boys. Actually, I've got the coach Kane over here. Kane, mate. Big night tonight for the boys. What's the game plan? You guys going to hit them hard, hit them low? What's the game plan?
Oh, just a bit of mixed bag. See what happens is when we pull the lolly bag out, mate.
Oh, the lolly bag's coming out. Let's come down to the west bench quickly. Let's come down to the west bench.
Holding on.
A couple of kids. G'day, Ty. How are you, mate? Here they are. This is the west bench. G'day, boys. I hope everyone's knees and ankles hold up tonight, eh, boys? You came. You're a bit late, mate. Yeah, he came. All right, boys. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that Big Fat Das, mate. The Tigers bench is absolutely stacked, but I don't know how their tactics will work, Quirky. It was literally, we'll see what happens.
Oh, I think they're going to play the first half with one team, second half with the next team. So I think it's almost a trial run here. I don't know the rules around that, but it's 6th grade, as I said, anything can happen and you can make up your own rules.
That's it, mate. That's the glory of Friday night footy.
And I would love to see the kids have a trot if they're ready to go. So I don't know if Darcy's going to get the kids warmed up, but I think they might have a crack.
Well, we might be able to find some junior beats. Might be able to borrow some from the from the under-7s down here at Tigerland, mate. You never know. Well, here we go. Tigers now, unfortunately, they have relinquished possession, but the Blackdogs now with a good opportunity to work their way out of the half. Uncontested scrums, you've got to love them, Quirky. Don't know how many you've played in your time, but don't you just love that? Trigg with a heavy carry. And coming down the short side now, it's Cisco off the left. Passes it to no one. And here's some heavy contact coming in from the Tigers. Rad grab him over the top. And scrappy pill here now for the Blackdogs. But they do well get up over that halfway line.
Huge carry.
Great run there from the meat man himself.
Great counter-rucking too.
You're taking out the
and
half.
Unfortunately, penalty there for the Blackdogs against the Tigers. But smart football there from the Blackdogs. And knocked down there from the Tigers. But that's Friday night footy. It is advantage Tigers. Yes, and quite rightly. And now the Blackdogs have got to go hair and back after this one. And it's Matt with 1T. Caught on his heels. Show and go. Does well. Hacks that one back infield. And here we come. The tight head prop. Finds Craigie. Puts that one on the left shoe. It looks like he's found a bit of territory back there. Good bounce.
Wheels.
That one gets past
Huge tackle.
the Zach attack himself, but he's isolated. The Doggies do well to get back there, but the Tigers might be in a good position here. But bundled into touch, and we'll have to wait and see what the call is there.
West.
Huge from our touch judge down there.
Harry Higgins.
Harry Higgins, jack of all trades.
Here we go.
Oh, the in and out.
Little flick. 100%. Yeah, that's Tigers advantage all the way.
Yeah, but look, little bit unlucky, but I was going to say we've got, I think we've got Kane's son here in the car keys running down the sideline. He was hitting the Jets, almost like Big Red in America in the NFL, if you've seen.
He was going
He
for
was
it.
beating everyone down the sideline, so I don't think Kane's son is going to interject there with that knockdown.
There goes big son of a Mitch off the back of the line, the back of the scrum, sorry. The Doggies now looking to get that clearance away. Zach attack dribbles that one into touch, just goes up over the 22. So all things considered, not a bad little exit there, Quirky.
Huge exit. Look, I think instead of lineouts, I think guys are going to be looking forward to these scrums as much as they can, if I'm going to be completely honest. But look, high tempo from both teams, and obviously we're seeing an absolute chicken scratch at ruck time. Loving it.
And there's Matt with 1T, a lot of early involvements from here. And Craigie fights his number 8, big Jimmy O'Donnell. Good, strong carry there from the big man. The Tigers look to go back down that blind side, but it gets thwarted pretty well from the Blackdogs defence. The Tigers now make their way up over the 22. Well and truly their advantage, but that's a huge turnover for the Doggies.
Holding on. He's the first one there. Tackle.
And it's the meat man himself, strong over that pill.
With the nickname the Meat Man, that's what he's looking for. Not the meat pies, or to get the meat, he's looking for the little bit of meat in there. Great body height in there. Low on the knees, high in the hips. Great stuff. So we've got a knock on there. Playing advantage. Referee loud and true. Mate, Jay, I'm loving this ruck time stuff. This is electric.
It's free-flowing stuff. Geez, there's a heavy carry from TMS.
Advantage over.
Had a bit of meaning behind that carry.
The Doggies reload now. Come down this right-hand touch side. Intrigue finds Matt with 1T. He's got a bit of room here right in front of the...
Okay. This way. Let's just take it back a couple of metres, hey, just back there.
Where's the rope? What the hell? I'm not sure the operation you're running here. I think it might be where your hair is.
Okay, time on.
Come back here.
Tackle! No, he's gone. He's right. It's fine.
Caitlin, can you do some taping on this here?
I just went to the left.
Peace.
I saw it coming. I was just like...
These are the get rid of the chairs. We've been trying to get rid of the chairs. I was about to be like, it's going to be good. Come straight at my straight.
Did we get that on film, Zoe? Last frame.
Stay 10.
On it, Hank! Hank's coming, back it up!
Ball's out.
I'm still trying to talk.
Go, boys.
I love how everybody else in the bench is taking their seats back through now.
How are you to talk? Someone's going to write an email, Joe.
Cross forward. West scrum. East scrum. Mark's right on the line, guys. Let's go. Scrum. Crouch. Bind. Sit. Stay down.
Save myself, save the gear. As soon as you said, down the side, I was
Crouch. Bind. Set. Crossing. Interfered with defence. Against.
That's what my wife chose.
Yeah, good. Numbers, West? 5, 6, 5. East side. Advantage. Yep. Lost forward, East. Back here. Lost forward, East.
Come on, Hop
He
Hanks
touched
coming back on in a minute.
Breakaway touched it on the way through. You lost the ball, no advantage. Knock on. No, tried to intercept it. Almost did. Knocked on East. Breakaway before the fullback got it. No advantage, West. You are in. In. Take a step back. Take a step back. You're inside. 10. Inside. Good. Crouch. Bind. Set. Yep. Double knock. First by West, second by East. East ball. Can't check. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Crouch. Bind. Set. No. Tackle! Tackle! Stay. Tackle! No! Release! Release! Yeah. 5 metre, yeah, I got him.
He's got a release.
Yeah. It's a couple of penalties now. Releasing. On the ground. Scrum. 5 metre.
All right, and we are back. My God, that was so hectic.
Fine.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, but as you would have seen, we had a little incident down here on the sideline. And to run us through just what happened, it's Big Fat Das. Fat Das.
It was absolute bedlam over here, J-Ball. So what happened, right? Matt with 1T came down the sideline. The bloody guys on the sideline were like, belt him into touch, and so they did. He came tumbling around here, legs went flying, this went this way, headphones went that way.
Would have been a
Loki's
penalty
still
anyway.
Okay. Let's get back to some sixth grade footy.
Hell yeah, Big Fat Das.
one of
Let's
your
get
guys
back
in
into
here,
it,
but-
Berkey.
but-
Why don't we?
yeah,
Why don't
no,
we just
this
get
one-
straight
this
back
one
into
down
it?
here.
The Tigers
Maybe
get the
enforce
first
on
points
the
of this
ground.
evening. So I know all of you at home would have seen what was going on. We weren't obviously adding any commentary provided to that. But Quirky, the Tigers have had the rub of the green all night. They have had a centre seat all evening, haven't they?
Especially after the incident, I think everyone's focused back in pretty highly. And mate, Tigers chipping away. Blackdogs had to spend a lot of time down in the green zone for themselves, and mate, pressure makes diamonds, and that's what they've done. They've bagged themselves a nice, beautiful one here just to the left of the post.
And let's kick it back down to Big Fat Das on the sideline, shall we?
Oh, Big Fat Dwarfs. I love that one, J-Ball. Here we go. We've got the kick. We've got the kick coming up. Everyone be quiet. Here comes the kick. Okay, it's blowing a gale. Left to right. Here it is. It's stop. Here comes the kick. He's taking his time. And he's bloody gone and done it. Oh, good try. He's running away. I missed him. Don't worry about it.
Didn't want to bar you, Big Fat Das.
Just
A massive cough like 2 weeks ago, and I think I've broken a rib. Like hacking up my lungs.
I was going to give that
But I'm
inside
on the
info
bench.
there. You could have come up with a better story than that, Dawes.
Yeah, I'll work it out. I'll work it out.
Sorry, I'm a bit flustered. I just went through a near-death experience before, so I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Big Fat Dorsey. But it's the Blackdogs getting us underway once again. The Zach attack drops that one just over that 10-metre line. And the Tigers not looking to put this one on the shoe, but really looking to work their way out. They've done that all game, Quirky. They've really played a smart tactical kicking game when they needed to, but aren't afraid to run the pill, as you see here.
Mate, exactly right. And that's what sort of six-grade footy's about. We can't play territory. We've come here to play footy, and we're steaming down the sideline.
Through Tooley, goes in and away, the man who
Great
blew
shot.
up our commentary box just before. And now the Tigers up over the
Release.
Doggies 22. Slow pill here does stymie the attack just a little bit.
You better release.
And that pressure is just mounting on the Blackdogs, giving away a silly penalty inside their own
Release.
22, Quirky.
That's it, especially when you're coming down to that 22 area and the pressure's on, you're on the back foot. Sometimes a little bit of ill discipline can creep in. I reckon the Doggies boys need to hands off hips, hands on heads, and start throwing a bit more chat out.
And the shadow child here, the fly
Straight
half. Craigie just putting that one into the corner, backing the Tigers line out here. 6 or 7 metres out. What do you reckon, Roland Moore?
On the mark.
I think so. Look, they're as we saw before, we don't know what we're going to get here at 6th grade. As you said, the near-death experience. Mate, I would love to see a bit of trick play here. We've got the half in, but stock standard, mate. Rolling maul. This is what we want to see from 6th grade, just chipping away.
Surely that's in from the side there from the Blackdogs, but referee says, oh, gee, let's keep playing some footy, shall we? And it's scrappy stuff there for the Tigers. And I can't see who's in there from the Blackdogs, but they are locked onto that like a pit bull on a 3-year-old.
There's a couple of arm bars, there's a couple of head rolls there.
You
I think, mate, Tigers are very lucky to get away with that huge defensive effort from the Blackdogs there. I think some boys are catching some big ones. But, as we said, it transcends into a non-contested scrum, which is almost code word for about a 10 to 15 second rest.
You obviously haven't played Friday night footy, mate. This is closer to 60 to 90 seconds. Here we go. Putting the hand up, having a blow. So that's 2 injuries now for the Blackdogs, meaning their bench is completely exhausted. But we see Trigg going back on. The man went off before with a broken foot of some description, but he's back out there now. So the injury ward down here on the sideline is racking up, and it's not looking good for the Blackdogs.
Maybe we could get a bit of an injury update from Das, potentially.
Yeah, mate, it's not looking good, not looking good. Rennie? No? He's out, he's out. Jace isn't looking great. Guess I'm the only guy on the bench now. I better get out of my chinos and get ready to go eat some dinner, mate. Here we go.
Yeah, good luck with that big fat dart. Tigers now with the bounce pass. It only went about 6 or 7 metres forward, so another bombed opportunity there for the Tigers. But still, the Tigers with all the ascendancy, Quirky. Surely it's only a matter of time before they put the Doggies to the sword one more time.
Well, that's it. We're 5-10 metres out. The pressure will build. And here we go. We're hot off the press.
Big fat Das is pulling his boots out.
The mic's been dropped. The boots have been put on. We might see something for the ages here.
This is wild. Check out the boots he's rocking. If we can get this on camera, check out the boots that Big Fat Das rocks. They're absolutely shockers, mate. Check them out. How much do these set you back? Not much.
Town.
Harbour Town.
I was going to say they look like more of a Wilston Salvo's job, I reckon.
Oh, mate, they're shockers, Big Fat Das. Speaking of shocking, Big Fat Das will be on the field any time now. But that's an absolute perler of a clearing kick there from the Zack attack. Drills that one up about 30-odd metres out from the Tigers' line. So line out now down in the Tigers' red zone. Quirky, surely the Doggies have got to put some pressure on, try and get this ball back and have an opportunity in the green zone, surely.
Bit of consistency here from the boys. I reckon they just sort of build a couple of phases. Silky skill, some of these boys. And you've got the meat man himself running some hard lines. So I think that's where they're going to get their go forward through those heavy boys in the back row.
Yeah, get that back row working. TMS, the meat man, and big son of a Mitch, if they can truck some nut. But the Tigers have got a very solid line out, hitting the man in the middle the whole time. And Craigie puts that one on the shoe, and that one will bring rain. And Matt with 1T does well to gobble that one up. And here comes Shambo Connell. Oh, dishes that off. Coward play there from the new father. 2 little boys, Charlie and Leo.
Too high.
Didn't want to see his frail old dad body get snapped in half, clearly. So on your Shambo. But high shot there. That's a relieving penalty for the Blackdogs.
It was good to see Matt with 1T cut back in there. It was very similar situation what happened before when we...
And we appreciate it.
We all, so we appreciate the boys looking out for us there because we've gone from 5 metres to 7 metres now off the field. So.
We could hear Zachy Boy back in the DoubleTake office. His bunghole just unpuckered just that tiny bit more.
Well, there was about $1 million worth of gear here that could have...
What's Big Fat Das doing skulking around the Portaloos, mate?
He was going to get changed in there, but he had a quick. He ended up having a quick cigarette out the back, and now he's going to duck through those fences to get in there.
Scrappy line out there from the Blackdogs, and the Tigers get that ball back brilliantly. Oh, Rad grab him. Good strong run from Rad grab him. Oh, radical. Good stuff there.
Absolute razzle dazzle.
Roll!
Steam train on that leg pump.
Big Beloff gets it up over the halfway there. Scrappy ball to breakdown, and again, silly penalties from the Blackdogs. Eases the pressure there on the Tigers.
Seeing a bit of consistent trend when the Tigers are getting that good go forward, that good leg drive, and that the old Blackdogs have to sort of find it back pretty quickly, and that sort of transcends into a bit of naughty stuff with a penalty.
And I can't help but think that it looks like the Tigers, the depth of their bench is starting to pay off, because you're starting to see a lot of double-digit numbers out there. A lot of numbers starting with 2, all getting out there, getting minutes under the legs, whereas the Blackdogs, they're battling.
At 100%. So I don't know if jerseys can go into the 30s, but I think that's what East will be trying to use. I know it's 6th grade, but it's also a gentleman's game, so I'd love to see some of the East boys turn the jersey inside out and have a trot for West and have a run with the Blackdogs.
Well, I don't think Big Fat Darcy's anymore, because you just walk past drilling one of those Tiger sessionals, mate, so I don't know if that's happening anytime soon.
Well, I just heard Big Fat Darcy's actually asked to be on the East bench, he just said.
He's a turncoat.
Scrum, crouch.
No comment.
Let's while we're at it, let's kick it down to Big Fat Darcy. It looks like he's got one of the subs down on the ground. Let's have a yarn to. Is it just Jason?
Oh, Jace, mate. How are you feeling? How's the knee? You went down. You made me panic. I started jogging. I got the boots. Are you still on the bench, or what's the go?
Metatarsals, that area. Just an old age thing.
I feel you, mate. It's half time. Don't panic. We're nearly on, mate. Okay, all right. It's just, you can get through the whole game, all right, mate? I don't want to have to go on. Back to you, boys. Half time.
Breathing a big sigh of relief as Big Fat Darcy as he runs onto the pitch alongside the Tigers. But Quirky, half time now. Frenetic first half. The Doggies pretty much played zero of that game inside the Tigers' 50. What are the Doggies going to... It's only a 7-0 scoreline in favour of the Tigers. So all things considered, the Doggies are in actually pretty good shape.
That's what I was going to allude to. Still 7-0. East have spent majority of the game. You'd say a good 30, 35 minutes down the end there. And only to come away with 7 points. It's actually a good credit to these boys. I know penalties and that were creeping in, but new half is going to start to creep in here in about 25 minutes. Is that half time for 6th grade, is it?
Enough to go down the road, have a pub, and come back.
The Sharpson's about to get a workout.
What we might actually do, we'll kick it down to the cameras, and we'll just listen into what Coach Kane from the Tigers has to say.
Do not let up now. We may be 7 points up, boys, but we need to keep going, keep that pressure going the entire time. They don't want to run at us. They're tiring. They've got a smaller bench than we do, boys. So just put your hand up if you need to come off. Boys, but awesome freaking half. That was amazing. So good.
Oscar.
Yourself.
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple, eh? When we're kicking it, we're doing it right. Some of those kicks have been a bit average, but the chase has been really good, and it's just punishing them. The fullback has nothing. So we'll just try and play down that half and stick to our D, and we'll be fine, boys. We'll just cruise down the hill, okay? But keep up that fucking energy, of course.
Boys, don't. They'll be wanting to try and run the ball from their half down. Obviously, their first tactic didn't work, so just keep an eye on that.
Well, that was huge stuff there. You can see Kane, their coach, is standing there with the black rat, not saying a single word, so letting the players do the captain-coach vibe, as any good 6th grade coach does. Now, before we do have some highlights we're going to get through, but first and foremost, we'll go through the scoring highlight. We only really just came back from that technical difficulties, but it was pretty slow going, and of all things, it was just a pick-and-go, hard-grafting footy from the Tigers that got that try, Quirky.
Yeah, look, not a lot of razzle-dazzle in that one, but look, all credit to these piggies, and as you can see, look at this perfect setup. The knees are bowed straight off the saddle, and it almost gives them a natural hook.
Mate,
and
that's
it's just come
an unbelievably good kick. That's a great kick at goal, eh?
That's an amazing kick at goal. I think the piggies sort of helped him out a little bit using the bowed legs for that angle there with that pick and drive try.
All right, and then we've also got another little highlight there as well. So the technical difficulties, I'm sure all of you tuning in at home would have seen. We saw Matt with 1T get cleaned up by Tooley, the inside centre from the Tigers. So we'll give that a little run and just see it firsthand how it happened. Matt with 1T, high shot there, should have been a penalty. And Gardush. See that there? So illegal shot to begin with. So should have been a penalty to the Blackdogs. And look at Quirky and I, cool as a cucumber. We handled that well, didn't we?
I think there was pure shock from all fronts, from sideline to us here in the commentators' bench, as you would call it. But look, everyone came off unscathed. Players, young touch judge here, all the equipment, and us radio heads, mate. We all came off unscathed, so very
that
lucky.
was absolutely
but one for the
red
books.
hot.
One for the books.
That is one from the books, and we can see there, Kane now starting to chime in. Black rat in hand. We were actually told, it's literally here written in the notes, Coach Kane Hosking loves a black rat. So Stu McLovin gave us the heads up on that one there, and he's living up to the name. Check him out.
Talking to him just before kick-off, mate, I offered him a beer, and he, look, as you can see, there's a lot of heavy body language coming from Big Kane, which, look, anyone who drinks Black Rats, body language is a key to aggressiveness anyway, through the Black Rat cans. But
So he's more of a coach, just being like, follow me, boys. This is what you do. This is all about, he's showing them, he's leading from the front, leading by example.
Exactly right. By just looking straight into his eyes and straight at the can, you know exactly what he's doing.
Well, let's
and what
kick
he
it down
wants.
to Big Fat Dar, says he's got Harry Higgins down there, mate. How is it for Big Fat Dar?
Harry Higgins. Mate, Harry Higgins, mate, you've hurt your wrist. Unfortunately, you can't be playing tonight. Are you missing out?
Mate, every week I'm missing out that I'm not playing with the Blackdogs and my mates. So pleasure to be here on the sideline, repping the boys, doing the sideline, doing the little things, 1%ers. Boys have got this in the bag. Tiger didn't know it's coming from. Meow.
Oh, what a team, man. What a black dog. Back to you, boys. I love this. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Harry Higgins on fire as per usual and isn't afraid to throw shade. You gotta love it. The Doggies club captain for season 2023. I think he had the captain's armband a few years ago. Didn't end up too well for him. But good to see him down here on a Friday night supporting the boys. This is absolutely red hot, Quirky. I'm having the best time.
Mate, this is great. This is great, mate. We've got the family cohort behind us. We've got the boys. There's beers flowing, Black Rat cans on a lot of the sides. So we're underway.
And underway, spill ball there, bobbling around the place. And Chapo throws a loopy bounce pass. And there's plenty of pressure coming in from the Saints in midfield. But referee says we'll bring it back for the uncontested scrum.
Knocked on.
What are the Doggies got to do to get back into this game?
We're about to get well into that.
This is
We're about to get into
the
that.
quirks of the game when you commentate on the sideline. You get the battlers coming up and wanting their 2 cents.
But I'm with him. I'm with him. Smart tactical stuff, mate. I reckon what the Blackdogs need to do here is, again, just put pressure on. No penalties. They're going to get the ball back here off one of these kicks, unless you get a ripper bounce.
Play on.
Craigie isolated there, could be a turnover, but the Tigers do well to get that pull back now. Midfield, right on halfway, slow ball, back to Chapo. You gotta love it. Here we go, trucking nut and getting absolutely deleted.
I don't think that chip and chase was meant to come off, as you saw by everyone's the way that everyone was looking at each other then.
Okay, injury. We'll play a scrum. Scrum.
Oh no, we hope that injury doesn't fall on the side of the Blackdogs. But Medic is running out, so we'll actually see how it looks.
What's the injury? Did you just want
Let's
to
go,
blow up?
scrum.
I was going to say, if tired lungs is an injury, I think a lot of guys will be coming off. I think a lot of guys will be coming off.
It's that man himself, the fly half, Craigie.
Stand up.
The shadow child, he's been told he's got to go off, I guess, for an HIA or something.
so
Do
good
they have that on
decision.
Friday night footy?
I think they do, but
Let's
I
go,
think
scrum,
there's the generic
scrum.
5 words you got to remember, but I think down at 6th grade it's 1 to 2. That they sort of just scale it. They scale everything back for down at 6th grade here.
But check this little chip and chase here. Tooley herring after that one, and it comes through, and it's Craigie, the man that does it. And I think it was just there, that head knock. Maybe the ref wanted to pull him up on that, but The Tigers dink that little kick in down into the Doggies 22, and it's Sham off the left shoe. Hooks that one up over the 10-metre line and gets a really handy bounce there. And Sully, the man whose 60th it is next weekend, drops the Torpy.
No,
don't you love it? And the Zack attack does well to gobble that one up, puts that one on the shoe. Might have overcooked that just a little bit. And that's taken back. Harry Higgins, not a very good club captain, calling that one. It didn't calling that one out on the full. You're a disgrace, Higgins. You're a disgrace to the Doggies.
Outside.
I was going to say, our club man who's put his hand up to run touch is absolutely copping an earful from both teams.
No, but that's great footy there from Sully, the 60-year-old man. That's just experience there, isn't it?
When we spoke about diamonds in the rough and what sort of QRU and a few guys need, age is not a factor down here.
No. And they need a 60-year-old sixth-grade halfback.
Yeah, coming in just to teach these younger guys, Tate McDermott, the guys that are there, cementing a few young guys coming through, that in 40 years' time you can still be going.
Oh, great line out there from the Doggies, gobbling that one up. The meat man, good defensive line out play there.
Yep.
And that's big, son of a bitch there, takes it up over the 10. The Doggies just looking to creep their way up, and they're doing so, getting to the half. This is the stuff they need to do, retain possession as they reach that halfway line. And Pommy Joe sends it back to Zack Attack, who finds the Saint on a heavy unders line, but he's wrapped up well there from the covering Tigers defence. The Doggies
big son
looking
of
for
a man,
some one-out
doubling
play,
up.
but here comes big son of a Mitch. Good load shot there coming in from Chapo.
I was going to say, mate, big son of a Mitch and the meat man, they've been two for me that have been running these hard lines and carrying these big meters.
And how about that?
From the side.
The Saint with a huge slice and line coming under. But Chapo called for off his feet. And here's a good opportunity now for the Blackdogs. First real opportunity to put this ball deep inside the Tigers' territory.
Scrum.
And they opt for the scrum. Smart play, you'd have to
because
consider quirky, considering it is uncontested.
Well, as you alluded to before, there's that 60 to 90-second almost gentleman's agreement to have a break here. So smart play from the Blackdogs. I can feel the energy shifting a little bit. The kicks are better, getting some good carries. As you said, son of a Mitch, meat man, they're just getting huge meters on the carries.
Let's go.
This back row battle is absolutely immense now. You've got the big back row from the Doggies, but the smaller back row from the Tigers have made plenty of ticker. Big Jimmy O'Donnell, you've got Chapo on this blind side. They do not shirk contact, do they?
A couple of junkyard dogs, and they live for it too. There's metal out there, they'll be eating it.
Oh, and there was a good run there from Trigger, but unfortunately the pass doesn't go to hand. The ref blows that one up. Says come back for the knock on. So first real good attacking opportunity there from the Doggies, and they cooked it.
No advantage.
They did it. Look, again, pressure
lost forward
there, and I think they sort of need to play sort of consistent footy. Go to your go-to man. We've got big son of a Mitch. We've got the meat man. That's all they need to be looking for a bit of go forward.
Well, we've just seen some subs rolling on. Big Nottingham coming on in the 17 jersey, but big fat Darsh. How's it going down there in the Tigers bench? Big horse.
I'm down here on the luxurious Tigers bench. Boys, Friday night footy, how good is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
He was so nervous to say that. He was like, what am I going to say? You did well, mate. No one noticed. Back to you, J-Ball.
Yeah, thanks, big fat Das. Absolutely rip the content down there on the sideline. Now it looks like we have got an injury down here. It was a big shot coming in, I think, from Trigger.
Did it?
Got that turnover.
Massive shot, and I think we just had a bit of a good solid hit, but also which sadly resulted in a bit of a head bounce here, as you can see. Great techers in and under the ball, got the great leg lift, all legal, as you can see. We just sadly big head hit here on this backfield down at Tigerland.
Yeah, I hope he's all good. That's big Kimbo Slice.
That is
runs Easy Time Brewing to tee up the Tigers session ale down here. It's a good drop, isn't it, Quirk?
It's an amazing drop. Good little thought behind it. There's obviously he's chucked some East stalwarts on all the cans to buy. So he's a good East man, the big fella, and even better beer.
It's all good.
On your Kimbo Slice. Looks like he's all good.
Yeah,
He's off
Mark's
the pitch
here.
now.
Mark's
Might
here.
have just been an excuse to just get,
come up.
some tins in nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the medical advice might sort of slide down to instead of 20, it'll just be 10 for Big Kimbo Slice tonight. So
Crouch.
He's a big unit.
he is a big unit. And he's one of those silver foxes too that you sort of...
Gets better with age.
Gets better with age,
It's
which is something that won't happen to us, mate.
I was about to say, definitely not happening to me. And here we go. Trigger in midfield, breaks that first tackle, beats the second, and carries Nottingham and a half dozen other blokes up towards that Tigers 22. The Doggies now looking really good, and that's big son of a Mitch. Carries that up over the 22. So the Doggies with their first real attacking opportunity deep inside the Tigers 22, and a good little short ball there. And the ball goes down once again. The Doggies, their own worst enemy, but the Tigers now have an opportunity to hack this one downfield, and that's advantage over. And Riney beats one, beats two. Riney does well to get that ball back. So the Doggies, big pressure reliever, still with an opportunity here. And Francisco Vargas gets the offload away after getting deleted. The Doggies looking to bounce back off this left-hand touchline now. They've got that penalty. Do they want to go quick here? Or do they want to just have a little bit of a pressure reliever, Quirky?
Oh, I think there might be a scrum called here, mate. Just for reasons that we've been describing throughout the game. Mate, good pressure. Very lucky there with that turnover. You know, poor option from Tigers to dink a little kick in with just that short advantage. But mate, the Blackdogs just taking full advantage. They need to capitalise while they're down here now with some points. I don't know if the tee can be run out for 3 points down here in 6th grade, if it's sort of blasphemy to do so, but we've seen, again,
it's against the spirit of the game.
It is, I think it is.
Oh, and big son of a Mitch crabbing sideways, knocking blokes off left and right. Not far now from the Tigers try line, needs to be quick ball. Pommy Joe finds Zach attack. And that Sham breaks a couple tackles, gets back into the contact, doesn't quit the leg drive. Almost there are the Blackdogs.
Huge numbers out to the left if they want it.
They decide to go right, but they still get that ball back. The Tigers dogged defence.
If I was a betting man of Big Cisco, I feel like Big Cisco's going to go over unless they get there. Big Cisco.
He is seagulling out here on the wing, isn't he?
Great defence.
They need to get this ball out quick if there's going to be any opportunity here. And that looks like Trigger. And that's Trigger goes straight through. And there's the 5-pointer the Blackdogs needed to pull it into a 2-point ball game. And that changes everything, Quirky.
Mate, relentless pressure, again, off big son of a Mitch. Mate, he has been electric and getting huge go forward. Had options either side. Mate, pressure. He's just sort of dropped off a little bit there. Mate, Trigger taking it under the sticks. So we'd hope for an easy kick, but we'll see.
And you can see it here. It was slow pill, but they decided to get it out. It was scrappy stuff, but when it is scrappy ball, a lot of the time that defensive line can be a bit staggered. Now let's kick it down to Big Fat Das, who he might have the try scorer down there. Big Steve Trigaskis.
Trigger, mate. Awesome try. You boys need to lay a bit more of a platform. Keep it going. You're going well.
Yeah, we just need to hold on to the ball and not penalise ourselves out of the game. Same Blackdogs football every week.
Blackdogs football. That's what it's all about.
Das, tell him to take his shirt off. Give the people what they want.
A little bit of a dessert after the game, I think, J-Bor. Right? There's kids here as well.
So in all of that hoopla, I don't know if they scored that conversion, but I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, God, that's shocking. Oh. That's absolutely shocking. Oh, he gets his opportunity on the camera, and that's what he dishes up. Unlucky Oos. But we did get confirmation that conversion was missed, so it is now still a 2-point ball game in favour of the Tigers. And it looks like Rinny down here with a just getting that pop back in from Joe Staples, and he's all good to go. So, inspirational skipper there, Andrew Green, and oh God, the Zach attack from right in front shakes this one. Oh God, let's give that another run.
That ball has just nicked my we probably might get another angle, but that ball has just nicked my headphones. Concentration is key.
That's an absolute shocker. And in the midst of all of that, yeah, you were just saying, Quirky, that ball nearly drilled you in the melon.
Oh.
Lucky you got that cauliflower going on. A little bit of protection there.
It would have bounced straight off. Mate, this is sort of shaping up to sort of be last year's result. You know, close in, a penalty in it to win it. So we just don't know what we're going to come up with here at the end there.
You never know, but here come the Blackdogs. Numbers down this near side, and it's TMS. Good, strong carry, decides to hold contact there. Chapo's all over that, but he does well, the Doggies, to get that one back. Referee says, knock on there in the midst of it all. Unlucky for the Doggies, but good, tenacious defence there from the Tigers. Geez, Chapo's had a blinder quick.
Mate, absolutely. As I was saying, this back row is absolutely carrying these Blackdogs. And I think the boys, especially the backs, need to sort of get on behind them and shift it wide to sort of relieve the workload a little bit on these big horses.
The Tigers are all tenaciousness, aren't they? And you can see here, actually, here's the kick coming in and zip straight past your melon. So you've been cleaned up by a tackling defender. And the ball's nearly drilled you.
Lucky I've got my insurance policy here and in Japan, because my team wouldn't be too happy with what's going on here at the moment.
I was about to say as well, be careful when you drive home, mate, because you're not doing too well, are you?
No, I just got to watch myself in the Clem 7.
You'll be right, mate. And the Tigers, again, that smart kicking game, they are just plugging the Blackdogs back down inside their own territory. And Sham now has carried that one back, so he's going to have to run this one out, and he doesn't shirk contact as big Shambo Connell, but he's isolated big time there, and the Tigers come flooding in, and the Blackdogs do well and are very lucky to get that ball back. And here comes big son of a Mitch, looking to get the hands free, and he does just that. And the Saint gets that one on the toe.
We've seen
stuff here from the Doggies, but here comes Chapo. Chapo in open field and gets absolutely poleaxed from behind. Oh, big son of a Mitch goes hard in the paint. Oh, no way.
Not down here, not today.
No, it's not red, it's yellow.
Oh, Jesus. That is tough for big son of a Mitch, but that's huge for the Tigers, but God, that's unlucky for the Doggies.
What a massive passage of play there. We saw it all. We saw a push. We saw a little chip. We've almost seen a groin shot. We've seen a missed pick. And we've seen the big man go off.
And check this out from behind. Booze. Oh, that's just a good shot.
I think that is a really good shot. Very unlucky. We're MVP. We've got big son of a Mitch down here. The kids are happy with him. But I think that it might could have slipped up there to get a little bit of a breather for 10 minutes. I've done it before.
Work smarter, not harder, Quirky.
Exactly right.
And the Tigers now, they bombed that line out too. Their line out was so rock solid in that first half, and it's turned to water a little bit now. It's up for the Blackdogs to work their way out of their own 22, and they're away. Here comes the Seppo. Can he get his hands free? He doesn't. But it's Cisco there providing that support, and the Tigers go straight over the top of that. And surely not. I don't know where the ball is here, but the referee says that's a knock on. So again, I think the Blackdogs unlucky there, but the Tigers, I was about to touch on it before, Quirky, they are just tenacious. You'd have to say the Doggies have probably got a bigger body side. They've got better skill. But the Tigers are just absolutely rabid.
Defensively, mate, they've absolutely been outstanding. You can see when the big son of a Mitch, we've got two dads, he's been carrying big time. The meat man, when they're going with, Tigers are just finding their way back, body on the line, tackle stuff, and they're flooding that breakdown, mate. And it's, as you said, tenacious D.
Oh, and they've taken Chapo off.
Big ticker.
Oh, wrong choice, mate. He's been best on ground thus far, mate. Tigers, they're in strife if they're taking Chapo off, but here come the Tigers now. Again, smart kicking game, drilling that one deep inside the Doggies 22, and Sham isolated, but sits up well for his favoured left boot. Don't know how much purchase he's got on that, but you'd have to say net gain there for the Tigers, Quirky.
Massively. I think what the Tigers are doing well in the back three, they're finding some good grass. And it's actually good grass considering we're out here on the back
Mate,
field.
it's in bloody good nick, eh? They should be playing back here all the time.
Great.
Don't worry about field one.
No, field one, cave it in. We can just have it. They can be the party field. We'll do it out here any day. But as you said, mate, we're turning the Tigers boys are turning the Blackdogs around. Awesome chase. As you keep using the word tenacious, and it is. It's massive. And so the kick's as good as its chase, mate. That's the rule.
And we've got our big fat Das down here. Where are you, big fat Das?
It's not in the Portaloo again.
J-Ball, I'm just currently in the sin bin at the moment. This is where all the naughty boys have to sit. Mitch, come up, mate. That's football, right? It was a good hit, but what do you reckon? That the arm went up, or what are your thoughts?
He fell into it.
He fell into it. I love how he's being so democratic. Oh, we'll talk about it later, what you actually think happened. Mate, you got your wife and kids here, mate. You know, coming out for a bit of Friday night footy. That is it. Well, back to you, mate.
Thanks, Big Fat Darth. Son of a Mitch, been absolutely immense for the doggies. So still riding pine for another 67 minutes is the big horse. And speaking of, here come the Tigers up against a 14-man outfit. And Rad Grabham gets drilled backwards by Trigger. The doggies now showing their tenaciousness. They're going to have to hold these guys out. And Cisco goes low, but Nottingham gets their hands free. And the Tigers now put that one on the toe. The ball bobbles up, and it's on the post. And it's still bouncing around.
From your
And the referee says not on. Surely not.
From the shoulder.
Come on, let the boys play. That was unreal.
That could have been one of the best tries.
Run us through this, Quirky.
Mate, Cisco, he's been picking up. So here we go. We're hitting the short ball there. Off the toe.
Knocked on by
So we've got a good contest in the air here. I think we've got a... Oh, we did have a hand there, but we were hoping for a falcon. And we were hoping that was going straight over that white line for a try. Would have been one of the greatest sixth grade
this again. Stu-Dog McLovin puts that one on the left toe. It goes up here. I'd say that's a falcon. Off into the post, and it would have gone back into the hands of Stu-Dog McLovin. And that would have been a run to the try line. That should have been a 5-pointer there for Stu-Dog.
Big Stewie, 16 years of grade footy. The big man's had down in these barracks on Friday night. And
that makes my bones ache just hearing that.
100%. But imagine him going home and telling his family what went down this afternoon or tonight, late tonight, with one of his tries that he got.
Knowing Stewie, that would have
been
the tallest of tales, mate. Yep. And it would have gone on for 20-25 minutes. It would have been non-stop.
This scrum here.
It almost would have given him it would have invigorated him to maybe be down here for another 16 years, I reckon. It's those moments.
That's all he needed.
It's those moments that instill love for the game and for guys to continue on. And he's off. And he's off.
Stu-Dog McMullen with his involvement. Round of applause for the big horse. Yeah.
On the ref's mic there, he said you should have given it, and then he walked off. So he subbed himself. He's called it. That story will still be told anyway.
Let's kick it down to Big Fat Darth, who I think has Stu-Dog McLovin down there.
Stay bound.
Stewie, big game, mate. Big game, mate. Big minutes.
Probably about 90 seconds, I reckon.
But a big 90 seconds.
Big 90 seconds.
Made a count.
Similar, little chip and chase there.
I love the point. Oh, you see that?
Chip and chase there.
Right off the post. How did you see it? Did you see that as a play on?
Goal. That was a goal, that one. So we're back on. A couple of turnstiles early, but that's redemption.
That's redemption. You seen it all here first. J-Ball, back to you, mate. Redemption.
Yeah, thanks, Big Fat Darth and Stu-Dog McMillan and Cisco with the wraparound. Francisco Vargas goes through, fending away, gets up over that 22. The Tigers lying all over that, slowing that down, and Shambo goes for the quick pick and go.
But Blackdogs have really lifted here. Man in the bin. Cisco's put his hand up.
And Big Joe, strong carry. That's what you want to see from your tight head prop. Pommy Joe now swings it out, finds Zach attacking the Saint with a heavy undersline. The Saint in open field. Great grass tackle there. But the Saint gets up and goes again, and there's try time. The Doggies capitalising.
Rugby knowledge there for the big unit to get great tackle. We love our defence here, so great tackle, but to place the ball, to have the awareness to get straight up and go again, absolutely laughing. That is rugby etiquette at its best.
And you can just see here that heavy underline there from the Saint, and that grass cut tackle from Scopes, huge there, but the Saint does well, drops it down, picks it up, goes again.
I tell you what, if we could get the West first grade coach down here, he's seeing good things. You just, as again, you never know what's going to happen. Oh,
geez, that's a good finish from the Saint. Speaking of, Big Fat Darth is down there with it.
Yeah, I've got Morgan Saint down here. The Saint, mate. The Saint always comes to communion early. I don't know, something like that. Mate, how'd you see your try, mate?
Up the guts.
Up the guts?
For the boys.
For the boys?
That's for the boys.
One more.
I got no other puns.
Yeah, no, he's out of puns. So are we. Out we go.
Good stuff, Big Fat Darth. We saw there the Zach attack. He actually adds the extras this time from right in front. So A little bit of redemption there. Check out his face here when he nails this. Straight over the black dot.
Oh!
Man, he was so chuffed with that.
Yeah, the self-celebration's key there. That was an individual celebration just for himself.
That was for no one.
No, that was to
but
warm
Zach
his soul. That
and
was
his
to warm his soul.
It's now 12-7 in favour of the Blackdogs. So a one-try advantage in favour of the Blackdogs, and they are starting to get the ascendancy despite being a man down. And here comes the meat man, straight back into contact.
No,
But he's
from the
all
side,
alone
no.
there, and Pommy Joe gets blown out. It's now the Tigers with a good opportunity here, and they get that well-deserved penalty. And speaking of the tenaciousness, there it is again. That breakdown pressure is massive.
Massive pressure, and especially, Tigers had a bit of a negative there with the Blackdogs hissing down there to score.
No, he wasn't.
And all you want to do is turn that negative into a positive.
No.
Great kick-off. Obviously, we had a big carry from the meat man. He's been doing it all day. Breakdown pressure, this is where we want. And I know we can't bring out the tea in these moments, but wouldn't you love to see it? Just
But
to
you
bring
can
it
do a
within
drop
two.
goal, Quirky.
Okay, there we go.
You can do a drop goal.
You don't know until you know.
And if you're the Blackdogs, you don't even have a tee for kicking conversions, so you definitely can't bring a tee out for that, mate.
Fine.
We do have a Coles bag here that could be
Set.
used.
Yeah, just take your shoe off. Kick barefoot. And the Tigers now midfield scrum, goes left through. Craigie goes off his left. Gets scragged from behind. Gets that ball back well. And the Doggies come blowing through that breakdown. The Tigers decide to flood it, and they're going to play one-off stuff here. Crab their way up nice and slow.
Defensively, the Blackdogs have really picked up the tempo. Massive aggression. And this is what we love to see. So this is the real arm wrestle we want to see this last probably 10. I know there's no clock, but I'm feeling it in me skin that there's 10 to go.
And the Tigers now in midfield. Big stiff arm. Ball goes down. Referee says play on. So the Tigers decide to go. One out. And Cisco in that one position does well. He's over that pill, but the Tigers do well to blow him out. And it looks like they're going to go back to that one out stuff through Tooley. Centimetre at a time, the Tigers opt for. They know if they've got the numbers, they can keep going, and they do still have that numerical advantage with big son of a Mitch on the sideline, but it looks like he's getting ready to come back on.
Crucial timing for big son of a Mitch to get back in the fold. Obviously 5 out. They've gone for a scrum, so again we've got another 90-second break pretty much for all these fellas to grab a huge suck in.
And that's absolutely massive there for the Doggies. Big son of a Mitch coming back on. With him off the field, they've actually gotten a numerical advantage on the score sheet. So to be able to do that, a man down, and then get your best player back on the field, that's got to get you fizzing a little bit.
They will be fizzing. Energy will be high, especially for, as you said, rarely do you see teams score when they've got a fella in the bin. So they'll be really happy to see big son of a Mitch back after he spent a bit of R&R with his family back here in the back shed. So
we do have a clock. We just couldn't see it on our screen because we had a little screen in front of it.
About 3 or 4.
We're not the most tech savvy. We're still learning here. What are we?
6th grade goes for 60 minutes. Is that correct?
Does this get pulled up? No, I'm kidding. It definitely does.
Fine. Set.
It was the last Friday Night Lights, and I'm glad we had a corker of a match. And speaking of, God, that's a huge carry. Big Jimmy O'Donnell. Tigers acting like he's gotten it over, but the referee's saying no. He's saying try time. That's levelled it up, 12 apiece, and it's Big Jimmy O'Donnell. Huge carry.
Big Jimmy O'Donnell is pumped about that one. Again, he's been one of the stalwarts for the Tigers. He's been leading from the front. He just said, don't worry, backs, I'll do the work. Off we go. Huge show of strength.
No slouch of a defender in Trigger. He's been deleting blokes all night.
Yeah, Trigger, big son of a gun there. So a lot of strength here. So a bit of a dummy and go, a little bit on the outside here. What we just see there, huge leg drive, just the determination. Oh,
mate, that is red hot stuff there from Big Jimmy.
That is chicken wing out.
Now let's kick it down to Big Fat Das. He's got Big Jimmy O'Donnell down there. Big Fat Das.
Mate, Jimmy. You just thought you'd tuck it, just go yourself, mate. You've been running hard all night. What, you got 10 to go?
Yeah, mate, I knew I was just going to get over there. I just knew all day.
Look at the confidence
in their eyes.
It's
they didn't really want it.
Friday night under the lights at East, no one wants it.
It's set for you, mate.
Oh, I always want it, mate.
Yeah, he wants it. Let's go, mate. Let's go.
Oh, Jimmy O'Donnell, mate, he wants it. He is rabid, mate. But how good's this angle here? And you can just see there that slight comeback across with big son of a Mitch probably gave that numerical advantage to big Jimmy O'Donnell against Trigger. You'd have to think if big son of a Mitch was there, he might have been able to add a little bit more to that contact. So smart play there from Jimmy O'Donnell, seeing that mismatch.
No. Great.
Ugly bounce there, but done well, the Tigers, to get that one back.
Massive. So now we've been called back here. It's great pressure. So I think what we're seeing on both sides after tries, we're seeing both teams putting pressure back on. So that's it. So they're negative and a positive, and it's absolutely unreal.
Yeah, one.
Super Rugby teams could be taking a bit of a leaf out of the book here with 6th grade on how to turn a positive into a negative. They're right in the books. Seeing a bit of stress here from Big Kano as well. Might have to run down to the Tiger Bar and grab him a couple of rum cans just to set the sugars
I was about to say,
level.
he's looking stressed.
He is looking a bit stressed, so if we can get rum in hand, I think it might level out the sugars.
He doesn't care about the game. Just doesn't have enough black rats in him. And Scrappy Pill there from the Doggies. They have to go back and get down on that one. Chapo's all over him, as per usual, but Pommy Joe's able to get in there and dig that one out. And Cisco again with another carry. Good, strong run there from the Chilean.
Head in the spoke stuff, I love it. Cisco's been one of my standouts today. Same with this big man here.
Big son of a Mitch. He's isolated and Chapo's all over that one. They can't shake him, but they do well to get that back to the Blackdogs. And the Seppo out of LSU.
Stay up.
Just takes a settler.
Good work.
One out stuff here, it looks like, from the Doggies, but no, they find Cisco in midfield. Gets pumped in a 2-man shot. And Shambo goes for the pick and go, gets on the outside. He might have a bit of space, brings his winger back underneath. It's Matt with 1T. Brought down well by some good covering defence from the Tigers. And the Saint now with a good, strong carry near the ruck.
Release.
The Doggies looking ominous here. They need to get quick pill if they want to have any opportunity to capitalise. Slow ball, TMS feeds it out to the backs, and it's slow pill, and it's turnover ball in midfield. Golly. And that's full time.
Good work.
And that's full time down here at Tigerland. It ends with that. It's a 12-ball draw. Yuck. It is. It's only 30-minute halves down here on Friday night footy, and the clock ticks over to 60, and we see a 12-ball draw. It's like kissing your sister.
That is that couldn't have been. Yeah, mate, I completely agree. I think there might be a little bit of discussion out here in the backfield if they can overhear over the Cleveland line going past. They might head down to the Tiger Bar, and this might be settled with a good old-fashioned boat race.
Let's just settle it right here, right now. Let's get 6 beers while we've got the cameras rolling. Hey, Higgins, you want to run out, grab 6 beers? We'll settle this with a boat race? I don't know. From the bar? That's how it works in 6th grade footy. Let's kick it down to Big Fat Das, and we'll see. He's probably got someone down there, and we'll see if he might be able to see if Big Fat Das might be able to round up 3 blokes from each side so that we can settle this via a boat race. And there he is, Big Fat Das for Chapo.
Mate, well played tonight. A draw though, mate. But you were in there to the bitter end. How'd you see tonight, mate?
Pretty tough, really. Felt like we were up at the start, so we just didn't come home strong enough, really. I mean, it's a draw. Wanted to win.
We'll settle it with a boat race and then in the Tiger Bar later.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, gentleman's agreement. I love it. Mate, well played, mate. Well played.
Well, Big Fat Das, just to let you know, we're actually going to settle this right down here on the field. We've got someone going to the bar right now to get 6 beers so that we can settle this, find out the true winner of 6th grade footy here, because we can't make 6th grade great again without having a winner.
Sadly, it all came down to this kick here, just shy of the sticks, just to the right. That's where heroes are made at those moments.
It also came down to the missed shot at goal that was right in front as well from the Zach attack, unfortunately. But, mate, you can't win them all, and I guess you can't lose them all either when you draw. Geez, it really sucked the wind out of this one, but Big Fat Das is down there with the Zach attack.
I do have the Zach attack. Zachy, mate, it was a draw. You boys, we nearly got there, mate. So close. About 2 points in it, I reckon.
I was just doing it to impress my coach, you know. Just down to the wire, and it sucks when you lose it from in front.
Don't worry, no one caught that on replay, did we, J-Ball?
That's a highlight right there.
That's a highlight.
No, yeah, it is
That's
highlight
football,
right now. We were literally doing the replay right now.
But it wasn't the missed one before. It was that one straight in front with the celebration there for the soul. Big Zack attack. That's what it came down to. And how good is it to still see the tunnel?
You got to love it, mate. And this is what Friday night footy's all about. Look, you play hard, you hate each other for 60-odd minutes, then you wrap it up, you have a boat race, you go home. It's a hell of a way to start the weekend, mate.
Oh, mate, 100%. As we've alluded to and we've seen, there's all shapes and sizes, good and bad. And we've got age gaps stemming from young to old.
We see there just the highlight again. Zach Russell Sharon, the Zach attack, literally saying, hopefully it's not a replay, it's not a highlight. And just as we say that,
but I don't know if you can see
Chapo. Right there.
Mate, you've got that
in the mix.
You've got that fiery red hair steaming at you. That'll put pressure on anyone, even your mother.
Alrighty, so let's kick it down to Big Fat Das. We'll kick it down to Big Fat Das, who's down there, who's going to run us through all the action. So we are setting this up so that we do get ourselves a winner out of this 6th grade match.
This is an incredibly rare situation here. It's come down to a draw. It's come down to this boat race. Let's settle this like gentlemen. Now, are we crushing cans or not? What are we doing? Yep. He looks okay. Harry Higgins says crush tins like gentlemen. So we're going to go hands on the table. Then we're ready to go. Open your first can. Off you go. Tip it up. As soon as it hits the ground, next one goes. And see you at the bottom. Oh, yeah, probably should have. Up that end, up that end. Go! Here we go. He's the crusher. I knew he'd be crushing it. Okay.
Oh, mate. The Tigers surely have
legal.
this.
That's legal.
Surely the Tigers have come away with this one. Bumgart nails his one. And there we have it. The Tigers come away with the butter confection before the Doggies can even wrap up their final. But that doesn't stop TMS doing the family proud. All the Doggies back home are going to love that one. So round of applause to both sides. But at the end of the day, rugby's the real winner. And here we are. Look at that highlight. Absolute shocker there from the Seppo. Got him off to an absolute shocker of a start. Absolute shocker of a start. But then it was the Tigers all the way, Quirky. You couldn't stop them, mate.
Mate, it's actually part of pre-season down here. It's in the culture. It's bled into the walls. This is what East sort of look forward to after, and to actually bring it in for a win. I don't think Tigers are not going to get beaten on that part.
1, 2, 3, Tigers! There we go. The Tigers coming away with that victory. After that boat race, now we do have Big Fat Das down on the sideline for one last little throw to mate.
We're just going to have to go through the technique. Sammy, the meat man. We call you meat man, by the way, Schulte, right? Give you the meat man. Technique, what do you reckon? Do you reckon you should have started to crush the can earlier, or what do you think would happen? What happened out there tonight?
In hindsight, I should have grabbed the can, opened it with my thumb in the bottom, then shotgunned it. It would have vaporized.
You went away from your normal technique, right?
Studs, can to studs.
What could have been, guys, but what a great night of Friday night footy. Welcome to Australia, right? How good's Friday night footy?
Thank you. Go beer.
Go beer. Go Doggies. Back to you.
Yes,
Robert.
I agree. Go beer. But I've got to say, Quirky, on behalf of everyone, we've got to say tonight was an absolute roaring success, surely.
Oh, mate, massive success. We saw it all. We saw the boys fizzing at the bit. We got to finish with a boat race. The whole system got wiped out. Mate, we've seen it all. That's what you want in 6th grade footy.
Absolutely awesome. And I think in our quest of making 6th grade great again, we have started off on the absolute right foot. So on behalf of everyone here from the Pack Rugby Show, just want to say thanks to Big Fat Das for running down that sideline, Quirky for joining us in the box, Zachy Boy and all the crew from DoubleTake Sports, absolutely crushing it. I just want to say thank you very much. We'll see you next week and we'll leave you with the highlights. Good night. Bye.